gathered throng, precious friends, the august body, EJB occasionally refers to it as the Amber Council. We welcome you to this episode of Acquisitions Intoxicated. Of course, its purpose is to inform you, enable you, allow you to seize your birthright, which is the art of brewing. I am, of course, your host
Vitamin J
and digital friend, Jerford K. Holkins. I am joined, as always, except for like the one time last week.
One time.
But that was only because
it all goes to hell.
He got super busy at work. No, it was fine.
Oh.
We were trashed. It was fucking amazing. But of course, I am joined by Acquisitions Intoxicated Brewmaster Eric J. Benson, who, like Lucifer, has many names. Some you are worthy to know. Of course, the notorious CJB, Edge Benson, Azerbaijan.
I'd like to know the unspoken names.
You can't. I mean, that's the whole. That's
I
the whole idea.
I guess it's right in the title.
It would require access to the 3 secret letters of the alphabet, and they've of course been.
It's Ja, Bel, and On. So you take the A in the ENIAC, the O in the Egyptian. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to give that knowledge away?
Hold on. Is that like some Mason
Yeah.
shit? Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Well, okay. I was joking, but apparently that's actually a real thing. So, like always, we start. Thank you so much, Fear. So, like always, we're going to begin our robust narrative arc, brewing a beer. Next up, Darth, thank you so much. We are going to begin that process. We are going to sample 1,000-Year Promise. Which
Yes.
we put that together with Amy, right?
This was with Amy.
Yeah.
We did a couple with Amy.
Global Trickster, thanks so much. Notes of cinnamon and peach pesh, as they say.
Pesce.
And then after that, we're going to try to build a recipe, and then we're going to reverse engineer a character narrative concept back out of it. We're going to see if the process works in that way. So, of course, first things first.
Yeah, let's
start
talk about the beer we're making today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are using Negev malts. This is a brand new product that's come off the line.
Can you hand me the bag?
Yeah, absolutely. So take a whiff of those grains, those Negev grains. It's Negev Vienna. Can you smell that? I mean,
I can't at all. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
No,
that's
you
the thing.
can't.
That's
You
what's
can't.
impressive
Well,
about it.
it's the smells you're not smelling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's what doesn't get into your nostrils. So on top of that, we have the Negev Munich, but
Yeah, it's all blended.
more importantly,
Yeah.
the Negev Special B. This actually turns it lighter.
Really?
Yeah.
So
instead of darkening it up,
Yeah. Now
it has
in your
an SRM of negative 250, which is going to bring out the light.
fascinating. Now, so for your purpose, generally speaking, so where do you stand on like Special B versus Negev Special B?
You know, it's growing on me, especially because it allows us to open up Pandora's box and really create some new recipes we could never dive into before.
Authentic, like destiny altering.
Right. Think about getting that chocolatey flavor, that roasted chocolate, but in a blonde color.
Yeah.
That's something
It's
magical.
incredible. Hops.
Oh, yes. Negev Northern Brewer.
Okay.
I mean, open that bag up.
Nothing.
Wild, right?
That's insane.
But the flavor it's going to yield, truly amazing. It's going to be very sweet instead of the normal dry, fine.
Yeah.
And you know, usually
spice.
it's clean, but this is going to be very earthy.
Nice. What's that flame out?
Flame out, we have summer hops.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically a Saz. Negev summer hops, truly wonderful. It's going to, instead of a light melon flavor, it packs a punch.
Yeah, so how much?
You're going to have negative 0.75 ounces.
Okay, good.
So take it back.
Oh man, this is already a legendary.
Wait till you can't smell what's brewing in there.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Now the real thing is, are you going to be able to? I mean, this is a whole new batch of ingredients.
Yeah.
Are you
and
going?
the weight, obviously, the weight that it's got is pretty real.
Yeah. I mean, is this going to happen, Josh? Are you ready to see this magnificence of? I mean, this is your time to shine.
All right. Hey, So that turned out really, really good.
It's gonna taste amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, look
Boop,
at that.
boop, 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 boop. All right, it's looking good.
Yeah.
It's looking real good.
Pretty wonderful, isn't it?
So you may be startled to know, gathered throng, that we haven't had anything to drink yet. That's just what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, so in here we got some of this product here. We got the 1,000-year promise.
Oh, yeah, let's rip into that.
So pull that motherfucker up, take a peek, and let's see what we got. Oh, we'll use glassware.
Yeah. What are we?
Come now, sir. Animals. This is what separates us from the animals.
God.
What separates us from the animals is that we use glassware and they use like the Solo cups and like the college
But
frat house
you know
cups.
what's great? We didn't go with the red Solo cups because that I can't even approve of. I won't even do that to my darkest enemy.
No, exactly. Well, it's a criminal act.
Yeah.
It's fundamentally
so we'll
a
give
criminal
them
act.
the clear one.
Right here. So I'm gonna see what I can pull out of here. Oof.
So remember, with this, we used predominantly Golden Promise and pale malts.
Yeah. So for us, a little bit of a new
Oh,
twist.
look at that color.
Oof, a doof.
Fantastic head retention. So there was a small amount of Special B, which is giving us a little bit of the darker color.
Oh, I was gonna say the rich color is
But
crazy.
also the honey malt.
Which again was new for us.
Yep,
Right.
absolutely. And we used peach puree during secondary and some cinnamon sticks.
So go ahead and tell them about the peach puree part.
So what you're going to
It's
do
sort of like
is,
when you dry hop.
yeah,
right?
you basically dry hop. You just pour it right in the secondary. It's already sanitized. You're not going to have to worry about anything. And just throw it right in the secondary.
Cinnamon for days. Let's see where we go.
Yeah,
Whoa.
cool, right?
The peach is... I mean, the peach is obviously engaged in a battle for its soul
With the cinnamon.
with the cinnamon stick. How much cinnamon did you put in there, and how long did it stay?
There were 3 sticks of cinnamon for 4 days. That's it.
Jeez. Yeah. So there's definitely tuning. I mean, depending on palate, somebody might want something a little bit more because you could get into something like a mulled wine past this, and then on this side of it with less time, you end up with something that is that retains this color but comes down in flavor.
Yeah.
Right. The peach. Nobody's
pretty.
touching the peach.
No,
They're leaving
yeah,
the peach
yeah.
alone. There is no touching of the peach.
Yeah,
God,
I dig it.
the peach back is wonderful. Like now I just want to create various like malt sockets
Right?
to plug
It's
this
like our own
peach.
materia, right?
Exactly. Like I want the socket and I
Yeah.
want to just plug ripe stone fruit
Yeah.
into the zone. No, that's all right, man. That is A-okay. So, from the channel and from our hallowed guests
Yes.
from New Belgium, we had very interesting. We filled up an hour and a half solid just trying samples and shooting the shit. Like they were just talking about their. So they have a sort of certification process that they go through, but it's mostly focused around Belgian ales.
Sure.
And it just sounds fascinating. He was going into these fooder things, which are like these like massive wooden, it's like a still in some ways, but basically it's where they leave their beer to sour and get weird.
Yeah.
And then the creatures are just synonymous with these things now. Apparently they stopped pasteurizing now.
Oh,
so
interesting. Okay.
they're going back to a more traditional style, which is pretty interesting.
That's pretty rad.
Because that's an interesting thing, right? And it came up during the conversation where it's really about, to a certain level, it's about their like IP in a way.
Yeah.
Because if the bugs are in there, then you can reproduce that
Yeah.
flavor.
It's like Bass, Bass, the beer.
Yeah.
They've been using the same strand of yeast since inception.
The movie?
Yes, since Leonardo DiCaprio went back in time and said, "Do not switch the yeast." They did not switch the yeast.
That's very
I
interesting.
mean, it was pretty impressive and kind of very nice of Leonardo to do that for that company.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's at a certain level. It's like you got to let the market do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like he came in and he's sort of picking winners and losers. I mean, there's something weird there, but there's an aesthetic goal, so it's like kind of a wash.
Yeah. But they use the same. They literally what they do is on the Krausen they scoop the yeast off, save it, and then the next batch they pour it back in, and just keep doing it. And they've been doing that for 150 years. So it's literally the same strain of yeast, like where we will just pour a new packet, right?
Every time. Yeah. There is like a reclamation process, right? Okay. It's so funny. Like whenever I open up the poll software that Josh set up for me, there's always that item up at the top that says "Where to, detectives." It reminds me of it reminds me of our Mythos Tales Sherlock days, which were very positive.
Ichigo.
Thank you, Ichigo. All right. Now, so let's take a look at some of the ingredients that I sent over in that email. And then let's see if we can build any of those in there. Now, for them, their fascination, of course, no doubt in the furtherance of some marketing ploy, was to embody the Voodoo Ranger. But they are lucky because Ranger's a class in D&D. So the idea, an undead ranger.
So what's in Voodoo Ranger?
The idea. Well, no, we're not even worried about that. For them, it's just about manifesting this presence. Because right now,
man, we got to get Morgan.
They don't
Morgan
know.
Up here.
Yeah, of course. Well, and she would. I mean, we talked to her at PAX. She's just kicking ass all the time. It's hard to get her up here. The best case scenario is probably to get her up if she's playing an A game.
Yeah,
for
that's true.
Inc. Right? That'll be the easiest way to get her in. But anyway, so let's take a look at some of these ingredients. Yes. And let's try to build them into
you know what's on this list?
Yes.
Special B.
I know. Listen, you were gone, but you weren't like completely gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gone but not forgotten. Well,
there was a bagpipe was playing at one point. I mean,
yeah.
we wanted to make sure that you felt represented.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Szechuan peppers. Love it.
Yeah, right?
That's fun. Habanero, please.
We have had the Szechuan pepper fantasy before, just because it actually has that odd, like mildly soporific effect on the tongue.
What in the balls is purple glitter?
Well, it's what you think.
Like literally glitter.
Yeah, like the shiny stuff that's in there. It's purple. Food safe. But no,
fucking Fiends.
No, listen. Okay.
Fiends.
Yes, but Fiends is on brand for a fantasy brewing show.
That's true. Bam. I'm good with it.
No, but I'm saying,
sold me.
Well, our only question, as with the food safe glitter, is like, so are you gonna pee in a way that is
great.
indistinguishable from like a magic missile, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's like remember Goldschlager used to have the little flecks of
I do remember
real gold in there.
I do remember Goldschlager.
Yeah.
Goldschlager was, I mean, the very first hangover, like most people, was tequila, and it was a negative. It was a negative experience.
Yeah.
I called poison control. I mean, I called them and had a conversation with a very nice lady at 4:00 in the morning about cramping I was experiencing, but I was too ashamed to say how it happened, so it really wasn't a useful investment of my time.
I want to point out Card Kingdom in the chat.
Card Kingdom?
Yeah.
What? How is this happening?
What up, guys? And also Real Voodoo Ranger.
Real Voodoo? What the? How is this happen? What? And now Belgium? Okay, I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening with this show.
This is the best.
Oh, here, so S.A. Wells, of course. It's not your pee. The glitter will come out in, guys. See, this is why it's nice to have a scientist inside the channel. Well, I suspected that was the case, S.A., but by the same token, it was still weird.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have a conversation about gleaming shit, and I feel like that's reasonable. And now you forced the issue. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So it's like a disco ball on my toilet, essentially?
Indeed. Cool. Now, so I suspect Alexander Morales that there's going to be a Duke scenario with the gleam. All right.
Another one on here is elderflower. That's fun. Elderflower.
Like I said, so we tried to sort of, sift out this great sea of items with our feathery baleen.
Love it.
And retain things that you would find novel that we can sort of put out to them, and then we can try to
find
create
everything novel.
Well, indeed. But I mean, you love life. That's what's up.
I mean, listen, we get to make things and try recipes. We could do this all day. Are you kidding?
But we are going to be here for a substantial period of time.
Yeah.
And if you are ready to hang out for the day, of course, we got art at 1:30, and then we got at 3. We're going to get back into some XC, which has been a long time.
It's been a long time coming.
No, my boy here has been trying to pack like 6 weeks of training into 2 weeks at work.
A week.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been brutal.
It has been unpleasant, but he's still made time to play Paladins with me in the night, which is good. Now, sour pepper beer.
Oh, that sounds really fun. Who said that?
That's Disco King. And Disco King has got a curatorial assessment.
I think that's a kind of a neat idea.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, they're saying vile in a good way. Yeah, ultra hot pepper juice or like the pickleback.
Yeah, I'm really digging the Szechuan pepper idea. That's really, really neat.
So,
anyways,
let's try to build our malt base.
Okay.
And then let's try to go nuts on some of these combos where we think more than one of them might actually make sense. Okay. Right.
So, do we just want to pick a style, or are we going to go, or do we want to do our normal? Hey, here are some concepts.
Yeah, I mean, let's pick a style, and let's actually just reach out. In this case, like to the channel itself, because like I say, we're doing this backwards this whole time, right? We really want to start. I know, right? There's definitely a Christmas vibe. Like this would be a stronger version of this as a Christmas ale. Would be bonks.
Yeah, I think the peach in there is just right. That the fruit is.
It's flawless.
Yeah.
No, it really is amazing. So let's try to figure out what do you think would be an interesting style out there in Channel Land, and then let's try to harvest these styles. And then try to put something together. And of course, I'm going to be reaching out to the channel in every case, just trying to put it back in there. Hazy Pepper IPA.
Ooh.
Ghost in the Hell. That's not bad at all. It's all that fruit and spice. That could be Bonquito.
That could be great.
Let's see. Smoked malt. Yes.
We still have a ton of smoked malt.
We actually have very gently smoked apple malt. That we put together with when we did a C-Team barbecue. Barley wine, malt heavy Groot. Interesting.
Doppelbock. We just did a. No, that was a Dunkelweiss.
Yeah. We can do a Doppel. How would you describe a Doppelbock for our friends at home?
Doppelbock is going to be rich.
It's like 2 box.
Yeah. Doppel. It's going to be creamy. It's going to be chocolatey, malty, very malty, roasted, but incredibly smooth through the lagering process.
Okay, so that's gold. Brute. Oh yeah, it was just because they were talking about Brute IPAs.
What the fuck do you do Brute? I'm thinking Groot IPA.
No, somebody else.
I'm like, how do you do a Groot IPA with
possible.
no hops?
There's no hops. No, what they were talking about when they were here was we were talking about the style. So people were like, hey, is the IPA done? And it's like, well, I don't know if it's done exactly, but the tastes are definitely changing with this hazy Northeast thing. No, there is definitely a force rising.
The IPA is not done. The IPA is still 40% of the craft brewing market, if not more.
Definitely, but these contenders, like the new creatures that are out there doing battle, they are still IPAs.
Yeah.
But they're IPAs in a continuum that is a little bit more palatable
to
a general audience, as opposed to like the stunt beers that which I like. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that they're stunts.
Yeah. We haven't really done many IPAs on this show.
It's true, actually.
Like a jasmine IPA? That sounds freaking interesting.
Yeah. Oh, man. Times had a jalapeno, apricot, and pomegranate goes. Yeah, and I believe that. Or the goza. You could definitely get there in that, because it's already tangy. Yeah. It already wants to be there with the rest of it, right? Yeah. Oh, but they were talking about these Brute IPAs. This is one of the new styles. So it's an IPA with champagne yeast.
Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. That could be really fun.
Right? So let's put a Brute IPA in here.
Yeah. That milkshake IPA.
I got the message.
Yes.
You trying to get some of this?
Trying.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at this? Look at these dangerous characters.
Hey, y'all.
From the design team.
So this
Not
is
just the design team.
Not just the design.
CT, shut up.
child's play.
Let me see what I can get. Oh, geez,
And
there's a line.
Troops.
Better step it up.
These are troops, yeah?
So this is a fruit and spice beer. It's gonna be cinnamon. So take a whiff. You're gonna get cinnamon and peach on the nose.
All of that.
Yeah.
That
Sounds
sounds
like a pie.
delicious right out the bat.
Give it a try.
It's very much a pie.
Caramel
Right.
and peach.
So lore-wise, this is essentially.
Joe, you can pour it down. Get a little more head in that.
I could, yeah. Here, I'll do it at the end.
Not for me.
Ah.
Basically, this is like in Walnut's culture. This is the wedding. This is like the wedding ale,
Yeah.
The wedding's
It's very desserty.
right?
Yeah.
Smells like
Good. Here's one more.
more beer.
Sneak over.
I
Make
tried to
more.
bring Julia a beer, but she wouldn't come.
You got to bring that cauldron in here. I'll fill it up.
All right, I'll go get it.
The cauldron.
No, her coffee cup, because she's a
There's a
witch,
cauldron.
is a cauldron, which is great. So does everybody have their stuff?
Yeah.
All right, good.
On 3, 1, no.
Yeah.
Very good.
Hey. No,
We're looking. It's like sometimes you have sort of like the dessert phase at the
Yeah.
wedding. It's like, what if you could just do it all at once?
Well, what if?
all together.
Yeah. What if you had this with like ice cream or cake?
it's so
I'm done.
And yeah, ice cream.
Yeah.
is
No, a
crazy.
spicy,
Ice cream
like a
something creamy
spicy
like that would be
cake.
nice.
Oh yeah.
If you put ice cream in it,
I was
does
gonna be
that
like,
ruin
I'm
it?
No, it wouldn't at all.
Is that a shake?
Like a
that,
beer
I mean,
float?
like
Like a boozy
yeah.
float?
Yeah.
A boozy float.
If you did a float
Boozy float.
with the peach and
Is there
cinnamon.
vanilla ice
Here,
cream so
listen.
we
You
can-
find out.
do.
You find out if there is any.
Yeah. That would be rad. I would love to try that.
Dude, that would be a
You actually
winner.
want me to go grab it?
Haha.
Jeff
It
is
has a
really
little
good.
coffee in it,
Jeff's
but
gone.
No.
That's
It's
okay.
it's fine.
Which means
Right.
we can put ice cream.
This is what I was talking about. This is our controller's coffee cup. It says magic potion on it. And
So,
You don't even have to
I
tilt
need
it, Jared.
magic potions to do accounting.
no, precious controller, I honor you with this beverage.
Thank you.
So what do you think?
Why are we
Very
standing?
It's really good.
It's interesting,
Why are
right?
we
We
standing?
were all
Sit
waiting for
down?
your cauldron.
Oh, I guess we gotta
Yeah,
sit
you guys
down
can
to-
sit.
There are seats.
Oh.
Cinnamon and peach.
Cinnamon and peach.
Yeah. Oh.
It's kind of wild, right?
And beer.
And now I really want ice cream with it.
PBR.
That's a great
No.
idea.
Because the ice,
Not a PBR.
the ice cream,
No.
the ice cream would
That shouldn't exist.
It balances out. Yeah.
it would balance it so well. Basically, would come in and
We have
cut
ice
this.
cream in the freezer.
Is it
We should
vanilla?
really
Then
bring
what?
in ice cream.
Yeah, maybe just try it.
If you have a little,
So
if you have a little vanilla ice cream, if it found its way back here.
I watched you put Swedish fish into beer.
That's true.
Drink it.
Have you
Hey, the Swedish fish was good. That was the good one.
The Swedish fish was the only good one. Oh man, the Skittles and the Starburst were poison.
Yeah.
This happened when you were gone. It was poison.
In my friend, so I went to a wedding, and my friend's LARP group, when you poison someone, you put a Swedish fish in their drink, and so someone put a Swedish fish in the bride's.
Oh.
They killed the bride?
Oh, Bryan?
Dude, that's
Wow.
The
Oh,
wedding?
oh, hold on. Was this
There's a lot of people.
Was it
so?
a
Was it like-
rival love?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
can I kill her?
Was
I
this
can
Were they
kill
just
him.
trying to do a 2-for-1?
Was the
like,
wedding LARP
funeral?
themed?
It was actually it was Jurassic Park themed, but they do
What?
They
That's
LARP as
amazing.
dinosaurs?
They do a lot of LARPing. She used to like explain to me the lore
Jurassic
that they would like all the
Jurassic
storylines.
Park.
Was she a part of the Camarilla? Like, was she like vampire?
Yeah.
Well, this is in New Jersey. I don't know what.
Oh, they got vampires in New Jersey.
I'm sure they do.
How much HP did the bride and groom have? Like, way more than the others? Or like great bosses?
Okay.
The wedding party had
So, Mitsuhani, it would be my great pleasure to let you know what we're tasting. This is Thousand Year Promise.
Whoops, I ran out.
This is the
There's-
EPA.
there's more.
This is the
The whole
EPA's
keg.
wedding beer.
Oh my God, they're adorable. Look
See
at
what
I
happens.
was sipping very
Yeah.
slowly.
What?
For
This is what magic potion does.
You need to do it.
what is it? They're like.
Little
You gotta
baby
put
ice
it-
cream.
This is the
You gotta make it
cutest
proper. You
thing
gotta throw
ever.
it in there first and then pour it on.
That's right.
Well, I gotta empty it then.
Slow style.
Yep, better empty it. Oops, I fell.
God, that evaporated quickly.
All right, are we ready?
I think there's.
Um,
Oh, you took pause.
Oh yeah.
It looks so white, this vanilla.
Oh, dude,
Very white.
listen. Look, this is bougie as hell. Look at this. They got the spoon
Oh, it's a
built
little
in,
plastic spoon.
built into the lid. All right, here we go.
oh my God, these are adorable.
This is the best day of my life.
Well, there's also vanilla chocolate chip.
What?
I don't know if that would.
I don't think you
I
want
don't
to
think
take a chip with
chocolate.
this
Dora,
But
Travis,
No.
Tabitha, Lydia, Beth, for those asking.
Oh, indeed.
Hello.
That's the crew.
chat.
This is our rowdy crew here.
I'm gonna save some ice cream for anybody else that wants to try
Oh,
it.
it's getting foamy, like you want it to.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful.
Oh.
You fill me up with
I
some
can.
of that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's great.
It looks delicious.
It looks very
I'm
volatile.
Like,
Like it's gonna
I'm
blow
so
up.
see that
excited.
side on camera.
This is very much a peaches and cream.
Oh, this is lovely. Look at this.
I love the Cascade.
You're gonna get mostly.
I am
drink back.
fucking bewitched.
Yeah.
I am bewitched.
I'm bewitched.
Eric's
My
not.
name's
No, no, listen, look away. This is Narcissus. You gotta, it's very dangerous. Right here, so are we
Does
ready?
anybody want some ice cream to
I'll
try?
try it first.
Here, we'll
You guys drink it first to
Yeah,
see if it's
y'all
poison.
get
Yeah, if you vomit.
yeah, into the cup, right back into the cup.
If you
Same volume.
projectile vomit, then we know.
All right, so chat, are we ready? Here we go. We're gonna try 1,000 Year Promise, Elven Wedding Beer, with this vanilla ice cream from our friends at Haagen-Dazs. Ready?
Sponsored.
Haagen-Dazs in chat too.
No.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah.
That vanilla in there? Thank you. Thank you, vanilla ice cream.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
steal.
Oh, put some in and then top it off so you get a
So
little.
you get a little bit of the
Yeah. Wow.
So is your next brew?
I
gonna have
carpooled
vanilla in it
today,
too?
so
You will?
I carpooled today.
Yeah, don't worry,
so
you
it's
carpooled
fine.
with
I
me.
feel
It's
like
fine.
I deserve a reward.
Here, I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even able to articulate.
I don't want the ice cream. I just want the beer.
Oh, I got the beer.
Let's
Gary,
be
you
clear.
didn't use your
Wow.
words at all.
Oh, no, it's because I got stunned.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so you gotta wait a whole time.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Et voila. C'est bon. Oh, you looking for this?
Yes, I was
I got
going to. I didn't want to.
Here, go out.
I can do it.
Now,
Sticky from the ice cream. Yeah.
so here's where it goes next. So now you have a little bit of this milk and cream things. Have you ever had like a Guinness float?
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing works super well.
You guys, you need a spoon, right?
Yeah, it's fine. So now we have the peach on the bottom. We have the vanilla now is sort of in the middle of the drink,
Yep.
right? And then the sweetness of the ice cream is now sort of joining forces. In
This is
different parts.
amazing.
It's joining forces, right?
Oh my god.
So what have we learned? We have learned that elven weddings are great.
Yep. We've learned that beer and ice cream is amazing.
It is right here. So we got
Oh,
work
yeah,
to do,
you
man.
got
We
that-
gotta go.
Do we? I mean, I'm kind of fine with.
Get it.
I'm kind of fine with ice cream and.
Works to do.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You can sit over here. Drink. You trying to get some of this?
No, I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, come get it.
I'm gonna consolidate. And
Oh,
be like, this is
because you're a good
you.
citizen.
Fuck.
Thank you. See you, Lydia. No, we are very pleased because Lydia was gone on vacation and we missed her.
tough.
We missed her very badly.
That's a good idea. Beer,
What's
beer and ice cream is a good analogy for walnut and Brahma.
It is.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
It is. Yeah, even the especially even the palate.
Right, because it's you have bitter and sweet.
It's quite good. Yeah. It's quite good. Now, so we got the Doppelbock, we got the Brut IPA, which is kind of a new novel style for us, right? Paladin's Float. Yes. So I was just going to say, Leisure Demand, it was a super pleasure to have the DCA crew, which is to say the Waffle crew, and the Waffle fam right inside the mix. Pleasure Demand. No. This right here, Leisure Demand, this is 1,000 Year Promise is actually an EPA wedding ritual in their matriarchal society.
Yeah.
This is the go-to.
Yeah.
Almost certainly lost. I mean, if Walnut wanted to get at something like this, there'd have to be some research.
No, there could be
Right?
There could be there's an adventure there.
There's totally an adventure there,
There's an adventure there.
right? But it's old. It's old
Ooh,
stuff.
oatmeal pepper stout. I
Okay.
like
Nope.
that.
Here we go.
That's a fantastic idea.
You are a madman, and I like it.
Disco King maple syrup is actually very noticeable. I mean, it's not noticeable in the
used as a
sense.
sugar?
Yeah, it's used as depending on where you put it in. You're right, but it can be very sweet. I made an Oktoberfest with molasses and maple syrup, and it was just fantastic. So
This is fucked. And it only gets, the longer the ice cream rests in it, the better it fucking gets.
yeah,
All right. Hey, Zingit.
wow,
That is a great
unreal.
question. Okay, so style for whom? This is just the style. We are going to make it up together, story-wise. Okay? So in your mind, when you're looking at these styles, looking at these ingredients, definitely consider what sorts of characters that might work out. I'm here while this is popping. Why don't you grab a cue or two?
Yeah, sure. So actually, I just saw the St. Bryan put up one and say I've been a infusion
focus on
smoker. Do you see any cool results in brewing? St. Bryan, yeah. A lot of really neat things you can do with those infusion smokers are like putting infusing smoke into cherries, and then if we did like a cherry amber, but have infused smoke, like smoked cherries on top, that's going to add just a wonderful flavor mix to that.
So basically, these smoked cherries you two are describing.
Yep.
You're saying we would introduce those in secondary?
No, we would introduce it after you pour the glass. So you would infuse the cherries with smoke.
As like an accoutrement?
Exactly. You
Like a cocktail?
Yeah, like a cocktail. You would throw a couple of these smoked cherries right on top.
Yeah, well, and that's not uncommon.
No, that's been done for a long time, and it's a really, really great effect. Oh, this is a good question. Have you had the shishito pepper beer from Lucky Envelope? What about a dark pepper? Yeah,
The two pepper?
We've had a ton.
Who's asking?
That's Jasper Eats Everything.
Jasper Eats Everything. Listen up. I guarantee you, if you spend any time at Lucky Envelope on the weekend,
you'll see us there. Every
seen
Saturday
us.
night.
You may just, you have seen us there at some point.
Yeah.
That is one of our favorite places to go on earth.
Yeah.
We love that spot.
Yeah.
It is, and has been for almost a year.
Yeah.
The start of the walk that we take when we do work for the C team. It
2 years
there
at this point.
Yeah,
2
coming
years,
up, dude. Coming up.
Think about that.
Coming up, right? And so we have done our absolute best to learn whatever we can from them. But yeah, their two pepper ale. I mean, the most fun about that is that
it changes.
Well, yeah, because so we have gone there long enough to be able to detect like the batch level changes in different things they have on tap.
Yeah, I would. If we ever get a chance to work with those guys, I'd be really, really happy.
Well, I mean, they're local. There has to be a way to get them in here.
Yeah, we just gotta say hi.
Right?
Yeah. S.A. Wells, should a Voodoo Ranger have 3 levels of Warlock as a multi-class?
Yeah, something in that.
I like that.
Something in that continuum. Yeah, Jasper, same. Yes, work with Lucky. I see this in the chat. That's how I feel. I love that place.
Yeah.
They're one of the best breweries. They're one of the best breweries in town.
Yeah.
And we make it a point to try to find those places.
Yeah. Killigar, this is a good question. What's the name of the homebrew shop you go to? It's Micro Homebrew in Kenmore.
Micro Homebrew?
I don't know if you're local, but those guys are. If you are, that's the shop to go to. They're absolutely fantastic. If you're not local, get to
online, right?
Well, I would always say support your local homebrew shop because those guys. Because you're going to go in there, you're going to be able to talk to somebody. They're going to have products that you couldn't normally get.
But also, you're going to make a real relationship with them.
Yeah.
And especially when the time comes where you roll in and you can't get some weirdo hop, you want to have somebody that you can trust and be friendly enough with to be like, what can I get instead? Like, what's my replacement for this?
Right. But if you don't have a local place, go to northernbrewer.com.
Yeah. You might see some recipes from Will Wheaton up there.
Yeah. Yep. It's almost hop harvesting season. Are you guys growing anything cool? Oddly enough, my boy to my left sent me a picture last night of the hops growing on his fence.
Dude, and that was just one side of the fence.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that I don't know. I put these hops in the ground in the hopes that that they would succeed there. And they did pretty good last year. It was pretty crazy. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not like I need to talk to my mom about this sort of thing. Like, I'm not like a plant expert. Indeed, I'm whatever the opposite is. I'm very dangerous for plants. The fact that I haven't managed to kill these hops is a very, very good sign for their health. I don't know if there's like an apple tree, say, where you plant it and then there's a lull and then you don't get much, and then it starts to really come into its own. I don't know what's fucking happening on this fence. I showed you the left side. If I showed you the right side of that fence, I mean, I would have to stand in the middle of the fucking street to take a picture wide enough to catch all of it. Like, I don't know what's happening over there. So I don't know what's going on with these precious plants, but it's good.
Atravinica, I would love.
I was going to say disco. Cascade is one of my sets, and it's nuts.
Oh yeah. Age of Innoko, yes, I would love to go to the North Seattle Homebrew Club meeting with you and Annie. I don't know if I can make it tomorrow.
Hold on, Annie from over at
From Pico, yeah.
Ooh.
But we're definitely thinking we definitely want to come and hang out sometime.
No, I'm like Annie, like legitimately like a fanboy.
Yeah, Annie's great. She's the best.
Yeah, Wookie Monster. I'd love to have Paul on the show, but
No,
it's
gonna happen.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. But he is like busy and potentially even like authentically famous, and not like pretend internet famous. Like I think that he might actually be an important person.
So oatmeal pepper stout, huh?
That's the
I
one.
like it. Let's get this
Right.
oatmeal
So, yeah,
stout
so
in
now
here.
that, so now that we got that range, right? Now
So-
we can sort of zoom in on it.
Yeah.
So and what's also fun is that the idea is that ultimately we're going to be addressing the concept of a ranger who might also be a skeleton. Now, in terms of the actual lore, we're going to cook all that stuff up. We're going to boil that down with the channel, right?
Right.
But their current line, like stouts, that's not really a New Belgium thing, and that pleases me because it means that we can sort of put something into that continuum.
Yeah, and they get New Belgium to brew it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, they're the ones with all the equipment. Like we have a tiny device, and the
Belgium.
fact of the matter is that we put
Joke.
phantom grains in
Yeah.
this device today. So, all right here. So what's next?
So let's talk about
Oatmeal Stout. Already.
our ABV.
Like, already, I'm
I
excited.
love oatmeal stout.
Right.
So let's talk about our ABV. We're going to want to go anywhere from 4.20
Oh. 420.
to 5.9. That's the average. We can go above or we can go below.
I'm going to
So-
take it up to 7. So I'm
Yeah.
going to start it at 4 and go to 7, and then you tell me where you want it, right? Because remember, every piece of information we put in here. In fact, I'm going to start making that notepad for you. Every piece of information we put in here, we should be thinking about what it represents.
Well, what does it represent to a ranger, right?
Exactly.
And this is how
I always,
we want you to think.
I always love this, dude. So obviously, the term rock hard.
You got
Could-
a 4 on there, Jerry.
What's up?
You have a 4 on there.
Oh, damn it. I gotta do it again. I'm gonna use words this time. You'd think that I
Yeah.
would seek words out.
So when you guys are voting on this, how does it equate to what a ranger would be drinking out in the wilds
Indeed.
or packing for?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So there's two ways. It's either an artifact of the space, or it is an iconic representation of a character trait,
Yeah.
right? So for me, and I don't know if this is still a thing, we always had a lot of fun with the concept. Here you go. We always had a lot of fun with the concept of an urban ranger.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
That always that always turned my crank. Like this sort of like it's almost like a noir
It's like an Assassin's Creed.
hero. Right, exactly. Right. I mean, it's
I
kind
mean,
of
that's
hot.
what it is, right?
It's kind of hot. All right, so you jump in there and you're going to let us know. Like I say, stouts have a strong flavor, but generally speaking, they don't knock you over. I mean,
No.
now people fuck with it.
Well,
Like,
no,
people
they
make-
can knock you
people
over.
Make heavy ones.
Like old Rasputin's going to knock you over.
Oh.
Imperials are going to knock you over.
Exactly.
They don't have to.
No, but a regular stout is honestly sessionable.
Yeah,
generally
and that's
speaking.
the thing. Like, everybody's got these misconceptions about stouts.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes from everybody's first stout is usually a Guinness.
Oh,
And then they're like, oh, I hate dark beers because I don't like Guinness.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first thing.
Even though Guinness is amazing. Like
I love Guinness.
Guinness was the first beer, like that started me on the path. Like,
Right.
I had never, I think I've talked about it before. Like, when I turned 21, it's like, and it's possible, generally speaking, as young people who are addressing this material, it's like there's a certain kind of pragmatism to it. And it's like, okay, well, hard liquor is obviously the right play. We're talking about efficiency at some point, and that's eventually you get over that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to beers, like I wasn't really a beer drinker until I went to Ireland. Like I came back from Ireland
And said, okay, hey, there's something to this.
enthusiastic about the process. Right.
Yeah. And when I first became an actual beer drinker, there's a bar in Albany called Mahar's that my buddy Bill owned, and it was a craft beer bar. All they had were craft beers, and I was like, oh, he's like, well, have a dark beer. I'm like, I don't like dark beers. He's like, what's your first beer? Dark beer, Guinness.
So he had he had your shit
dead to
dialed
rights.
in, right?
And I eventually grew to like Guinness, but from Bill explaining that to me, he's like, here, have a Hobgoblin. And then I fell in love with dark beer because of Hobgoblin. But
it's also a great name.
Yeah, yeah. So whenever anybody says I don't like dark beer, or you guys can do this too, just ask what's your first one at Guinness.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not everybody turns off because they don't like Guinness.
Well, no. But also the other thing, right, is that there are German beers that are very, very dark. Mm-hmm. But
that taste
are
like grapes.
Syrup.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
There is some amazing stuff in the darker range. Man, so 5 and 6 is going ham out here. Oh no, now it's equal. Here. All right, so I'm just gonna cover this up.
Yeah?
I'm gonna
Are you sure you want to do this? Oh God.
I'm gonna cover my eyes.
Yeah, go for it. Just go for it.
I'm gonna cover cover mine eyes.
5.
5. Damn. Honestly, I have not seen a one vote knife fight in there for a while. So 5, thoroughly sessionable, I would say. And the main thing, I mean, so for me, like the main draw on the oatmeal stout tip it's what we say. So obviously when we sing to the grains and when we offer the grains reverence and affection, why do we do that? Can you remember?
I would say great head retention.
Head retention, obviously it's key.
Isn't that it?
No.
Creamy mouthfeel.
See?
Wow, Josh!
Josh is on the fucking... See, Josh is coming back.
Hey, but you know what's funny, everyone? Somebody hasn't sang to the Negev grains.
I was gonna bring that up.
Well, no, dude. If you sing to the Negev grains, is it like backward masking, like some '80s D&D type shit?
Yeah, we just got to find you play the album backwards. Yeah.
So I'll give them some.
We're waiting.
I'll give them some love in a second. But what I'm saying about the oatmeal is that
Yeah.
whenever you throw the oatmeal in, it's all about mouthfeel. I mean, it's not necessarily creamy, but it's very present.
Yep.
Right? You know right away that it's in there.
Absolutely.
All right, so
Let's talk about color.
5%.
So what do we want this to look like? Usually an oatmeal stout is going to be anywhere between 25 and 40. So the world's kind of our oyster when it comes to this
25 and 40? Mm-hmm. Good Lord. All right, well, that's awesome. I would love to have like a kind of blonde stout
Oh, you
in
think?
that mix. Oh, I mean, again, like just because it would be novel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To get this, that rich stout flavor, but then be resting down there in this wild space.
Yep.
All right. But I'm down for 40 too, because even 40 itself, and it can obviously be much crazier than that. So we're talking about the CERM. And we are starting at 25. And we're going up. We're going up. So take a look at this and see if it doesn't work for you.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, there we go. So have we brewed a cornerstone brew yet? We haven't.
Well, not a cornerstone brew, but
think about that. We could do a strawberry anything.
well, no, we could definitely. So
That focuses on like the jam inside or the.
yeah. Well, there's a couple ways that we could approach it. So the way that I think of it, I think that we have approached the topic, but we've approached it in like a culinary way. So generally speaking, if you are at the Drawn and Courtier, you're probably gonna get Red Larch regular. It's gonna be kind of a sweet malt back, tasty ale that she's gonna pull out of there. And it's just if you want to have beer, it's gonna come with that, right? But we also addressed another beer in Red Larch with the Cold Comfort. So the prospect of the spirits of the miners that died down there, what they know and what they've learned. The idea, I think that's one of the cooler stories we've done on the show. Where basically it's like somebody got trapped down there, and instead of being, it's like, because the idea about ghosts and everything is that they're always sad and that they got a lot of problems. But the idea that they've just made peace with it, like these are practical men and women, and they drink shadows.
Yeah.
And so when someone was able to get out and they try to reproduce it out here, my strong suspicion is that Cold Comfort is drunk with cornerstones.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my guess.
This is a really good question. So Jerry has mentioned his love for coffee roasting. Could he use the same meant to malt grains for the show. So, kind of, you could. It's a weird process.
Oh, but honestly, but the mesh.
But we've used. So we have.
We've used our coffee.
We've used the
brews.
coffee that we've
In
roasted,
Hollies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a different process. We've actually used our own home roasted coffee to put into some of the beers that we've made. That's the easier way to integrate those the coffee machines.
Yeah. But the reality, right, is that we could try to get those grains to the right temp.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is that, at least with the machines that we have, and generally speaking, most home roasting machines, the mesh on the drum
Yep.
wouldn't be able to hold the grains.
Yep.
Like, it's designed to hold even a pea berry grain.
yeah.
Even
Yeah.
a pea berry grain is 2 or 3 times the size of a
Yeah, it would all just fall through.
Yeah, which is to say, then it would catch on fire and then it would burn your house down.
Yep.
Right.
Atravinica, what was the German beer method where you removed and reduced some of the wort to caramelize it? It's called decoction mashing.
Indeed.
Just so you know, all my German brewing friends hate it, that they have to actually still go through the process.
Oh, they resent it?
Yeah.
Because obviously
we have
you can
malts
use-
now.
We have malts that can do that.
They
right?
love. They're like. They were all like, "Oh yeah, we're so jealous of America because we don't have to. They don't have to go by the purity
I was
laws."
under the impression that the purity laws were more or less artifacts by
Nope.
this point. Like German breweries still have to they have to
Yep.
abide by that shit?
Yep.
Wow. All right, now, so what's next?
What do we got?
Let's take a look out here. We are looking at a 35, which I think is a very nice color.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Sir. Gotcha. All right, so we got some good stuff there.
Now
it's-
bittering.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
So 25 to 40 on the IBU scale is really
25 to 40. Yeah. So creeping up on the pale ale IPA thing at the top range of that, but not necessary, right? Hey, what's that?
Demetrius.
huh?
What's that?
Oh,
Josh?
aren't laws anymore. Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh, they're not law. And then
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They don't have to go by them, but nobody's going to buy them if they don't follow them, right?
Demetrius, that's true. It's so now the culture.
Yeah.
So Demetrius,
It's ingrained in the culture.
is there an indication of some kind, perhaps on the bottle? Like when any product follows a standard.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that
Like
Demetrius Ferranditos?
Like the CE. I mean, I don't know. That is so cool.
But yeah, we had a ton of friends from Germany that were all brewers come in, and they're all like, we were sitting down drinking, and
Yeah. So Demetrius is like, hey, yeah, the breweries tell it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
oh yeah, absolutely. But the brewers all hate it that they have to go and do it because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of bonkers experiments, but when I think about something that is a true honor for us, certainly as brewers and also dorks, there have been a couple moments where the Drawn and Courtier was instantiated in the real life, right? Like we have been to
The DNC.
the DNC, and the DNC is functionally speaking when the C team, Acquisitions Incorporated and Brewing Communities, the strange sort of kernel that forms. We have gatherings at PAX shows, and our friend Christian Franz, you won't be surprised to learn that he's German, has brought really, really like authentically incredible German IPAs and
yeah.
other styles that we're not familiar with. They just don't arrive all the way over here. And he tried to send me a bunch actually, but then Customs took it all.
Oh, did they really?
They took all of it. But luckily I was able to get like one little chunk of Black Forest ham, and I ate it like in 10 minutes. Like I don't know if I was supposed to save it. Like, I don't know. I ate it really fast. It's incredible.
Great.
All right. It was hard not to eat. Like, you have
Yeah, how
to
do you
cut it
not?
thin.
Yeah.
You have to cut it real thin to even be able to eat it. Like, because otherwise it's basically like a salty gum. Like, just the composition of the meat is like,
Yeah.
like, it's impossible to eat. Like the fruit of the poor lemon, functionally speaking. Now, we're looking at 30.
Okay, 30 IBUs.
Yeah, so friendly, still very approachable.
Okay, let's talk about grains. Traditionally, stouts are very easy when it comes to your grain selections.
Well, it's true, and then be sure to peek at that that strange list they gave us for grants.
Well, there weren't many grains. I mean,
No.
Munich. Which is fine.
Yeah.
But so we'll do two different kinds as our base. First, we're going to go with our traditional pale malt. This is what typically goes into a stout. This is going to give us, as a base, this is going to give us clean, crisp flavors. And we can use Munich, which is going to give us a little more biscuity of a flavor.
Okay.
So would a Ranger want to have a clean, crisp brew?
Exactly.
Or
exactly.
would he want it more bready?
Exactly. So right now we're talking about like what is in their. We're moving into sort of what is in their pack, right? Is this like a Lembas scenario?
Exactly.
Right? Are we talking about a Lembas scenario?
just want one bite to
where
last
this is
you a month?
Ranger, exactly. This is a Ranger that's about preparation, and then you have the Ranger who is themselves wild, that lives directly from
Right.
the land itself.
Right.
Yeah, it's peppery, something to keep him warm awake. Oh, fear not. We Paddock, we're gonna get to this spice. It's gonna be right at the end. Oh, Disco King is like, hey, listen, we gotta sing.
I'm not saying the Negev aren't going to soothe themselves.
All right. We can try a little bit here. So I'm just gonna give it a little rub. Just a little rub on this precious grains. These precious spectral grains. I love that. I have to say, I love that you want me to iterate the ritual, even if it is completely just a genuflection to this strange device. See, Matzev is like, fucking get to work. All right, here, let's try. Oh, empty heads, the spectral vortex. You see, now there's going to be some divination up in this
Jesus.
piece. Here we go.
The Phantom Lord.
Exactly. Here, now let's see if
You should sing Ghost.
Let's see if you remember. Oh yeah, Ghost.
God.
Is there a Ghost song that would work?
Yeah, Rats.
Well, I did Square Hammer already.
I like Rats. I mean, it's fun.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say because now
Pinnacle
you're
to the Pit.
well, but now you're feasting on that new album, right?
Oh, yeah. Pinnacle to the Pit's a great one.
Yeah, that's
Makes
a really
sense.
good one. Let's see here. So let's see if you know this one. You ready? Inside, always trying to get back inside. You know that one?
Mm-mm.
But it's so hard
Dance Macabre?
to penetrate big, thick skin. You ready? I'm as low as I can get. I leave, but I can't forget.
Yeah, Alice in Chains.
And still,
Took a
there we
sec,
go.
yeah.
And still, I wonder why. Yeah, it ain't right. Ooh, it ain't right. All right. All right. Now,
Good.
precious
Just
imaginary
good.
grains. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Now, so what are we looking at over
Ooh,
here?
we're looking at
No,
Munich.
no, do you see, they want the Munich here, so we're moving into this Elven Ranger, right? Because we're talking about the skull. I mean, ultimately, like, pointy ears could have been on the skull,
Yeah.
right? So this is the first step in this character origin.
All right, so we're going to want to look at, we want to make this a caramel flavor.
Yeah. So it's rich and sustaining.
Do we want to go, for our next ingredient, do we want to go pure caramel, right? Just a deep, rich caramel flavor, or do we want to mix it with Caram Munich?
Exactly. So help our friends, who some of which I already know, but so we're talking about busting more Munich or Caram Munich?
Yeah. So no, we're talking about putting in caramel crystal 80.
Oh. Which is
just going to give us that pure, deep, rich caramel flavor.
Yeah. Okay.
Or do we want to pull back on the caramel flavor and mix it with the Munich to give it just
more
a little,
bready?
Yeah, more bready and more caramel. Add a little bit of caramel to the mix.
Oh, here we go. Dude, have you ever run a game for kids?
Yeah, it's great.
When did you do it?
Oh, years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you find access to these young people?
My buddy owned a game store, and he needed help. He didn't have enough
like
GMs.
any game store, right? It's going to be like, oh, this is D&D night. So.
Yeah. And there was
Thanks,
a group
Cynthia.
of kids, and the best part is, it's always that funny, like from the mouth of babes type of thing. The stuff that they would come up with, because they're not reserved. They don't have weird.
They're not
like,
reserved, and they don't know how to metagame.
Yeah.
They don't know how.
Yeah. And you're just telling a story with them, and it's one of the coolest experiences you can have in role playing games.
Well, yeah, just basically, it's like you're getting access to their, like, truly just unmoored imaginations, right?
I mean, you had that over the weekend with
yes, I did.
Tales from the Loop.
I did Tales from the Loop with all the girls on my block.
I mean, what a interesting system to do that with.
It was magic.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's so, I mean, the main thing, right, is that anytime you're trying to teach a bunch of people a new system, it's like there's always that firm, like there's always that challenge up front where it's like, okay, well, here's a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah, but that only happens with adults. With kids, they just take it and like, oh, here's what you do, right? Like,
but even beyond that, it's like, okay, well, how many stat points do I have?
Yeah.
Thanks, Great Gravy.
Thanks,
It's like, how many stat points do I have?
Yeah.
Well, how old are you? That's how many you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how many skill points do I have? Well, you have 10.
Yeah.
But based on the archetype, and again, like they don't have like ranger or monk, they have fucking weirdo, jock, bookworm, rocker, right? It's like these are the skills you're really good at. You want to emphasize these, and you want to make sure that your stat works on here.
Yeah.
So, well, how many points of luck do I have? Well, how old are you? I'm 13. Okay, well, you have 2 points of luck.
Yeah.
Right.
Done.
Thanks, Identity. Now, they want the bready caramel.
Oh, really?
Again,
Okay.
so I think they're talking about something that is designed to sustain this natural protector, right?
Okay, so
I think this is a food. Functionally speaking, I think this is a food, right? That keeps and is safe.
Viking goat.
Oh, thanks, VG. So precious.
So the
Glad you're in
last
here.
grain we'll talk about is, do we want to go with special roast?
Special roast.
Yeah.
Or special beet.
Nope, special roast. So this is going to give us a very roasted, toasted flavor to this beer. Or do we want to go with chocolate?
Yeah, and again, right? Oh, so when you say chocolate malt?
Chocolate malt.
Yeah, and this is going to be where the balance of our color comes from, right? Now, you know what chocolate malt does. I don't have to explain it to you. So, but the key here, I think, is, so let's finish out, I mean, let's think about what this is. So it's in the skin, it's stored up, it's ready to go to work. What do we want? Like, what do you want to sustain you? Do you want that chocolate? Like, get in there. It's sharp, with kind of a round sweetness, especially depending on the malt sugars. Or do we want something that is basically like is like toast's final form?
Yep.
Right. And again, these are philosophical choices. Right? Yeah, Orion Rogue is like, hey, listen, we're also protecting your taste buds from the pepper barrage. Because remember, when you take a pull off of this motherfucker, you are going to be sustained, but it's also going to brighten your instincts and awareness
Right.
when this pepperback hits you.
Chocolate,
You know. We've heard of chocolate, right? You think Big Toast is a fantastic name for a cat? Big Toast.
Big toast.
Chalk and pepper, yeah. I mean, you see that a lot, like in
Oh, yeah.
especially like in the artisanal sort of foodie space. Like
Totally.
that's a classic. Like that combo happens all the time. S.A. Wells,
Wow,
you are
that's
not
special
wrong.
roast.
Once bread has become toast, it can never go back to being bread.
This
again.
is interesting.
Exactly right.
This actual vote is super interesting because they're two different, wildly different flavors, right? Do we want a lot of chocolate or?
Exactly, but honestly, like I think that the storytelling has been pretty robust at
Right.
each point,
Right.
right? So they're calling out. I think that they're actually thinking about what it would be like on a cold morning.
Right. Or
Right.
an evening, right? At once
Yeah.
dusk has fallen.
Cloaks wrapped. This entity doesn't have a lot in the way of skin,
Yeah.
right? But they still remember it. I mean, it's mostly going to be psychosomatic, I think, at a certain point, right? Special roast went crazy.
Okay. Special roast. It is. Now here's a different. We are putting in malted oats into this beer. We're not putting, we've done flaked oats before.
That's true.
Now for an oatmeal stout, we're going to be using malted oats. This is going to give us that oatmeal flavor.
Yeah.
Or the oat flavor into the beer. So what I'm going to give you a choice is how much of it do we want to put in? We're going to range anywhere from 10 to 20%.
Oh,
20
in the
being,
build.
20 being, wow, we're tasting a lot of oats here.
Right.
To 10 being, it's just a right,
It's in there.
it's a nice balance of flavor.
Give those a try.
Hello, I'm Oatmeal Stout. How are you today?
See what you think about that. But yeah, I mean, so much of that aspect, especially with the oats, is just the hardiness of
Yeah.
it. It's just, I mean, it's a sustaining liquid food.
Yeah.
As soon as it enters that oat realm, you got some shit on there.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got tons. With the Waffles Inc. crossover that just happened, will there be
Yeah.
more Waffle Crew themed libations? Yes. Jared's a good friend. He lives in the area. He's going to
He's
come
local,
on.
right?
Next time Nate's up in town, which should be for my birthday, we'll try and get him on too. So
Oh, that's right. Your birthday is getting bonks.
it's off the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was in the middle barrel at the Dran and Cordier?
Oh, that's very interesting. So I had to imply very strongly. So the very bottom barrel was Cold Comfort, and the very top barrel was Red Larch Regular. I never defined what the middle barrel was.
Should we define it?
We should. I think that we should consider that for a future show. But basically, the new conception is that she has a cask of 3. She has 3 different casks of different colors, and then she likes to take a little bit from each one in the same glass, which I suspect is probably not artisanal in the classic sense, but that's how she likes to do it, and it's her fucking kitchen. So,
Was the Viking goat, would the busting of Munich make you feel good?
like a ghost, like a ghost malt.
Ghost malt.
Whoa!
What's the program that our Flavormancers are using? This is Beersmith. You can get it
Beersmith
for
2.
Yeah, Beersmith 2, Beersmith 3 just came out.
Yeah.
It's $20, I think.
Have you even messed with it at all?
I haven't had a chance to mess with it, so.
Well, I mean, it's like my suspicion is that it uses Beer XML or Beer ML, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it sort of knows the recipes.
Oh yeah,
already,
it's
right?
brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
All right, we got 20%. So this thing is
Whoa,
this is
Jesus, all
this is
right.
gonna stick to those.
Hello.
It's gonna stick to those ribs,
I guess so. Shit.
right? Oh man, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good already. I mean, I don't even know what the hopping is yet, and I know it's gonna be good.
Okay, so let's talk about our hops. We don't need to put a ton of hops in here when we look at it. Now, this could be really cool because we could use some of those fresh hops. Our friends at Two Beers? Two Beers, right? Two something?
Which one are you talking about? Because Two Beers is definitely local.
Yes. Got a hold of me, Dan, and they are actually going and doing a hop tour, and they want to bring us back some fresh hops.
What?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah. So let me just check and make sure.
Yeah. Search for hops.
Yep. Our buddy Dan Armding. And it is, yeah, Two Beers Brewing. Yeah, they're going to go do a fresh hop tour. So we could do some fresh hop, and they're getting Centennial hops. So I'm going to put that on there as a fresh Centennial.
Well, I was just gonna say, and I know. Oh yeah.
So
Like whole flower.
Yep. So this is going to give us floral, citrus, and spicy.
But because it's fresh, it'll be so bright.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a stout, this would be like a startling.
Yep.
Like a revelation. Basically.
Absolutely. So that'll be our first hop choice.
Yeah. So he's gonna bring us Centennial. Mm-hmm. Oof a doof as our bitter.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can put that down on the pole, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to get floral, citrusy flavor notes from this. It's going to be a little spicy.
Yeah, and so again, being fresh is a big deal. If you've ever had a fresh hop beer or a fresh hop cider, you know what we're talking about. Like it's not comparable in the classic sense. Like there is something mystical about it. I will be completely honest with you. And so you've been to Browers, right, over in Fremont? So during fresh hop, they might have as many as 100 fresh hop beers on tap or ready to go. Yeah, it's nuts, dude. And they got great food too. But I won't lie to you. I won't even try to pretend. I literally cried. I've never experienced anything like that in a glass before. It was bizarre. You can ask Brenna if you see her at PAX, and she will be ashamed by proxy.
I'm going to throw in Apollo. This is a super bittering hop.
Oh yeah, it's mega, right?
Yep. And huge in its alpha, but it's also going to give a strong grapefruit characteristic.
Yes, so that rind.
Which could be very, very interesting.
Yeah, grapefruit is all over the place right now. There's a really nice the sculpin, grapefruit sculpin is amazing too.
Yep. I agree. Green Bullet would be pretty interesting too.
I'm not familiar
It's
with
floral and raisin aroma. Empty Head's.
Raisin, like a sweet raisin off the hop.
Yeah, it could be cool with the Oatmeal Stout.
Oh, it'd be so rich. You would get into that cookie space.
You might want to stop the poll.
Okay, hang on. Sorry.
We might not be able to get it, but we can find a compromise.
No,
for
we
it.
will work. We will work. Okay, so I'm gonna hide poll from the overlay, and because the person who makes poll.me.pe is rad, he put in a reuse poll feature for me, which is amazing. So we're talking about Green Bullet. So we're talking about, what's the first one?
It's going to be floral with a raisin aroma.
Yeah, raisin. But again, thinking back to the character concept, like you want to have those little reminders, right?
Yeah, totally.
But
As a ranger, you'd be foraging.
Exactly, but raisin is not going to be out of place
With an
a
oatmeal
spice.
stout cookie.
No, but also with the spice. Even the spice is going to be
absolutely.
fine with that. I would say that's probably the most exciting thing for me about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be between the Centennial, the fresh Centennial, and the Green Bullet, I think.
Yeah, they're both really, really good. And the fact is that we can find something to do with this Centennial. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. I mean, we can. The reality, right, is that we can just make something for us. We can just make
Yeah, are you kidding
3
me?
gallons of something
Yeah.
and just drink it ourselves.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
Oddly enough, we have an event coming up where we need gallons and gallons of beer.
Yeah. SCA, right?
Yeah.
Bannerware?
Banner War. God, I gotta start brewing for that soon too.
You better, yeah. If you want to listen,
Feed the troops?
Well, especially after last time, like you're gonna have to.
Yeah, but we're gonna have 30 to 40 people of our own.
Yeah.
That's not even including everybody else.
Other people may not be able to get in. All right, man. Centennial. Listen, I'm gonna give Centennial a chance to make a final push.
Yeah.
Just because
See what happens.
just because it's so close. A couple of Apollo voters that
That's
put their
Josh.
vote in the garbage.
I saw that, Josh. I appreciate it.
Just goose it a little
Yeah.
bit. Here. All right. So I'm gonna cover mine eyes.
Are you covering?
Well, I need somebody to make a choice.
So you're not covering your eyes.
Now I'm covering it, and I'm gonna click it. Ready?
I'm covering my eyes, but I need someone to make a choice.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah,
so
there
a
you
bunch,
go. Yeah,
a
that
bunch
worked.
went
Wow, fresh.
fresh. A bunch went fresh. Yeah, I gotta say, fresh hop stouts not common. Like that's it's a little crazy, but it's fine. So
What was our bittering that we were going for on that?
well? Nothing would bring me more pleasure than to tell you, our bittering is 30.
30? Mm-hmm. Perfect.
And you get that Captain Centennial. Yeah, with fresh flour in the pico, I wonder if you're gonna have to use 2 chambers
We could. Let's see what happens.
just for the volume.
Yep.
Right? Because that's the weird thing about using. I know that definitely home brewers complain about that part of it a lot, like how much of the fluid the hop flour itself drinks when they're fresh. But
And what were we going for color? 35?
nothing would bring me more pleasure. 35. And ab is 5. Abv.
And we wanted 20% oated. Ab is what?
5.
Ooh.
Click, 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 click. I want to wait that we can use these beer stats in a war game. Like I want these beers to be able to do battle on the open field. And I won't be happy until it's real. Oh, so you're trying to dial in your goodies and then still fix it? Oof.
I need to get more Munich up in here.
Yeah, that color's getting rich.
There we go. Might actually add some little.
Right, and I have the rest of your numbers here. So everyone, watch very close. Yeah, I was going to say empty head's exactly right. The actual amount of the Centennial we'll use. Don't you have to multiply fresh hop volumes by 5 or 6 because of water
it's going to
weights?
be different.
Exactly right. That is exactly right. It's something that we'll have to manage on the back end.
And you know what we're going to do? We're going to switch this.
It's funny. Was it Grimsworth? Yeah. Grimsworth. Ryan got me a competitive, like a micro brewing card game.
What?
Yeah. He got it. I think he was it from Essen? I'm trying to remember. That's my fantasy still. We have to.
That's all. Yeah, that's
We have to do it one of these times.
our good friend Christian Franz
German beers.
himself has already offered
Christian
to.
Franz, Essen Spiel. Be there. I'm gonna be there.
There we go.
New Belgium. I'll look it up. I have a few of the cards in my office at home.
Cool. So let's add our yeast.
Whoa. So we need to choose a yeast.
Yep.
Okay. Here it comes. It's usually some classic choices in this
Ooh.
continuum.
Interesting. So we're gonna go first with our classic. We'll go with the American Ale 2, which is going to be tart and nutty.
Yeah, I can see that with the rest of the base. I can see that functioning.
Or how about...
Especially with those fresh ass hops. What's this?
Ooh.
There was beer over here. Mm-hmm. Why did no one tell me?
I like the... let's do the London, which is dry, bold, and rich.
Oof. Yeah, that's selling it. It's certainly selling it to me. But these are both winners. The truth is that tart aspect from the American Ale 2, along with the compounds and the fresh hops might be nice.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just the word rich. I mean, there's a reason people use it. Mm-hmm. It attracts one, you know? Yeah, London hops for the Urban Ranger. S.A. Wells making the making the pitch.
What do you say? Oh.
I love it. Okay, so your numbers are looking right?
Get another.
And you've got quite the mathematical puzzle over here, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put a little Crystal 120 just to up the color.
Yeah, without the volume.
Mm-hmm.
Chipotle cashews. Yes, they are indeed. They're quite good.
Whoa, everybody's going with that London Dry.
I'm telling you, man. It's like these are words one craves. Okay? Now, the London Empty Heads, I'm not sure if they have a traditional streaming studio at WotC. I know that they have I know that Chris runs his DCA game from the office, but I'm not sure it's like a traditional studio there. I know they have a background that they fold out, and so because they brought it here.
They have one.
Yeah, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. They have one. That's what I just learned.
They use it for Magic.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
I see. It's on the competitive tip.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you go. London yeast.
Woo!
All right. So now that we know all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I'm drawn in to. I mean, of course, I fetishize the Urban Ranger.
Sure.
But it doesn't have to be like that. Everything that we've put together so far, definitely implies a deeply practical, cunning individual, right? So let's take a look at what we have here. We have
Munich.
Mm-hmm.
Oats.
Yep.
Caramel. Special roast.
Yeah,
some caramel Munich.
But this is the other reason to have the fresh hop, because of the foraging, right? I mean,
That's pretty cool.
That's the other reason to take it in. Now, we're going to need some names. Yeah, exactly. Here, well, do you want a bold Urban Ranger with a dry sense of humor or a nutty tart? Really is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong. Fetishizing a dry grainal. Now, Empty Heads is correct. So in terms of peppers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. What kind of peppers do we want to bring?
To bring that heat up on the back. Now, I think part of the reason Lucky uses shishito is because it has spice, but is also pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And so I think that's sort of what sells it in that space.
Right.
But there are definitely other peppers we might consider, right? So let's do a pepper choice.
Okay.
So the shishito is a sweet heat, right?
Yep.
And like I say, I mean, they've been making that beer for, about a year now, and there's a reason. because it's strong, but it is still approachable.
Yeah, totally.
And depending on the batch,
Whoa,
there's
it goes-
greater or
yeah,
lesser
yeah, yeah,
levels
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
approachability. But
Ghost pepper. Oh, geez.
well, we could use the right amount of ghost pepper.
Yep. The
Ghost pepper is kind of cool as a concept.
the Szechuan pepper.
Oh, but that's true too,
Yeah.
and that's going to give it spice.
Spice with a little sweet, right?
Yeah, Szechuan pepper is a very interesting flavor.
Yeah, habaneros.
Here we go. Let me pull this up here. I understand that you can get them here now, but there was a period of time where I knew a dude who had a Chinese restaurant in Spokane, what they called South Hill,
Yeah.
and he used to have to smuggle them into the country.
What?
Yeah, there's something weird about this. There's something about this spice. Like I said, it could have been that mildly
Yeah.
a numbing effect.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, there we go. The exact flavor and composition of different species from the genus may vary. Most share the same essential characteristics. There we go. Spice. The genus belongs in the rue or citrus family. Interesting. Meaning flower, pepper. Let's see. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. In homemade pickles.
Okay.
People make teamer, which is like a preparation of it, as a medicine for stomach or digestion problems.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Interesting. So let's try a Sichuan pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're moving into that medicinal realm, right?
Yep.
Medicinal and novel,
Yeah.
right? So but these are both going to be, they're both going to be a little out of the way. And I feel like this is
Yeah.
the indication here is that it represents expertise. There's lots of other peppers. There's lots of other things we could do, especially
Yeah.
with a habanero. Or
Well,
something
we've
like
done
that.
habanero in other beers. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
why not try something different?
The
you know?
Szechuan pepper is almost more like a herb in terms of its like the flower pepper, like
Yeah.
very small, very interesting. And then the shishito has, as we've seen with the two pepper ale at Lucky,
It's really good. I mean,
it's
it has
good, and it has a
great
very
taste, yeah.
novel taste,
Yep.
right? Yeah, Buck and Sterney, you have one of these growing in your house.
Oh, really?
It is novel. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
medicinal in that it burns out the illness from your body.
that's about right.
No, it's real good. You got any juice over there?
Jeez, we got tons. What are your favorite brews from Hawaii?
You know, I only know a couple.
I know Kona. I like Kona.
No, me too. Kona's really good. But the only one that I know really, really well, and I mean to the extent where I've had a range of 8 or more beers from their taps, is the Maui Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite good, actually. That was definitely a high point of my last trip there when I took the kids out. That's where I got that uke.
Yeah.
Which
uke,
I can't.
yeah.
Which I played every day since I've gotten home from
Yeah.
there.
Wait till you hear it on This Old Lair. It's gonna be delicious.
Oh no, this old lair. So we have a D&D podcast on the Club PA offering that has a intro jingle on the ukulele.
So check this out.
Yeah.
Tradius, which two Ack Int beers would be the best for a black and tan? I'm going to say War Priest and Red Larch.
War Priest and Red Larch would be good. I think War Priest plus Secret Stash, the Nut Brown Ale,
Yep.
could be magic.
Yep. Trying to think of what other stout. Oh,
We've had some good ones.
Acquisitions Inc.
Acquisitions Inc., the Sweet Stout.
Yep. With Red Larch.
No, and then we've had some authentically evil stuff, like the stuff we put together, the Dark Contract, could be a really interesting
Oh yeah, that's a
base
great one
note.
too.
alongside something else up
Yep.
top. Yes, F. Beckenbauer, I am talking about the Xanthoxylum genus. Same. Very same.
Could you equate the beer stats to character stats like strength, dex, and make them into characters?
Yes.
That's fun. That's a good
You,
idea.
you could figure out a mechanical aspect to it.
Yeah.
So, so now we know about this.
Ooh.
We know about this dry, crafty, urban ranger expert. Now, so generally speaking, we name these beers in a certain way. So, but this we already know what the overall zone is here. This is the Voodoo Ranger concept, generally speaking. Now, what I want, I'm going to task you with a new challenge.
Spell that right.
Exactly. Oh, and Lady K in the channel is saying that we're still looking for enforcers for PAX West. That is 100% absolutely a family you will derive energy and support from. Definitely something to consider. But what I would say, so it's going to be the Sichuan. That's going to be so good.
It's good.
Now, like I say, generally speaking, we're trying to think about something like a brand, something in that continuum. So think about this. This is what we're looking for. What I would like is a name, actually. So, like I say, historically, we've gone a different route, like this, right? I would like a name. Since ostensibly, it's sort of a gift. It's something we have manufactured, more or less to honor our guests from last week. I would like you to give me names. So flex a different muscle. Give me names. The names can include titles, if you'd like. Yeah, Magnus is a classic. Yeah, Magnus is quite good because that definitely has that urban strength.
Right, but it's for a ranger too.
Exactly, but you don't always get to choose, right? Oh, Magnus has strength, no question. Waffle brew, trail mix.
Umbral stride. Yeah, there you go. Bowstring. Okay.
That's quite good. You know what?
Rangers fail. Oh, the lone trail.
Character sheet.
Ranger danger. Jesus.
Yeah, I like Atticus.
Yeah. Flaming
Malachi
arrow.
has always been good.
Yep.
And because we can approach this concept
The
many
Hoodoo Hunter.
ways.
The
right?
Grainswalker. Twilight's Bane. Yeah.
Caesar.
Pepper Pooley.
Briskwind,
Black
Forest
Forest
Magic, like it.
Dawn Drought. Voodoo Hunter.
Start naming green magic cards. I love that Zinget.
Which one was it?
Mr. Broughton. Like, not even first name. He's just somebody who you know about, right?
Hunter's Mark.
Ray FK here. Hey, so, Josh, can you show Ray FK what we're brewing?
Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Can you see? I mean, that's amazing.
Something else. Something else.
You don't get that every day.
A first for us.
Nega grains.
Right?
Amazing.
Walker, I like
Ooh,
it.
favorite enemy. Flavored enemy.
Here, Walker. So flavored enemy
Yeah.
is good enough that I'm going to break my own rule here.
What, no puns?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like it. Here, I'm going to go ahead and start this up here. We'll see what we can pull out of this. Because I think this is a range that we can actually, we can play around with this range. I mean, imagine a situation where we create, I mean, so what does that look like? So you always have like, think about Walnut Dawngrass, where she sort of has an enclave. What does that Urban Ranger enclave look like? Like, what does that group look like? I want to read that book back.
Right. And how does it change from enclave to enclave?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like there's a monastic aspect, or maybe even like a masonry aspect, right?
Well,
where there's a single tradition, but it means this.
Well, it's also like a farmhouse ale, right?
Yeah.
Like, because of what you have growing in your grove, that's what you get to make your beverage out of.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So it's unique.
Yeah.
And so a gift of that.
I mean, there's the base that's the same, but it's unique to
Yeah,
your area.
like liquid assets, right? But I mean, that's what you present. You present that to another place.
Yeah.
And they probably don't even have to ask which branch it's from.
No,
Right? They would
Yeah.
just know.
it's almost like there's an insignia on it.
No, it's
this
good.
is the elderflower.
No, listen, Flavored Enemy was too good.
Wow.
It got to be Flavored Enemy, and that's what's going on. So, hey, Flavored Enemy it is. Thanks so much to New Belgium. We'll get a batch of this going. We'll send you some. Should be good. I think this is a really interesting format, and it's honestly like this urban ranger enclave is something I want to investigate.
Yeah.
It's something we might want to consider because I know that we're putting together that adventure maybe for the DMs Guild. Like it might be interesting to explore.
Oh yeah.
This other like as a faction.
Yeah, what does
and then,
that
and
look
then,
like?
And then honestly, like I want to have a Mr. Broughton in here somewhere
Yeah.
that people know about
Yeah.
and have a problem with,
Yeah.
but they don't want a problem with, sort of thing. Gathered Throng, thank you so much for hanging out